I seriously get the feeling that this city, Shenzhen in China, is going to be the future for the whole world eventually. You can see right in front of me there is a drone station for deliveries. So your food, your pizza, your milk tea, whatever you want is delivered via drone. So you get your phone number, you put it in, and you get this box. So my delivery came in this big box. Well, it's not that big. It's fairly big, though. I think a cake, you might struggle with pizza, though. Have to be a small pizza, unless they upgrade their drone game. But so it's in the box, and it's actually really quite a sturdy box, sort of plastic cardboard, if you know what I mean. And what's really cool as well, they've got this sort of, right next to where you pick up your deliveries, they've got this sort of cafe. But again, it's a cafe with nobody working here. I've got to be quiet. People are probably reading or doing their own business. What it is all these sort of machines, automatic coffee machines. So you've got automatic coffee there. You've got sandwiches and cakes if you want. So if you don't want a drone to deliver your food, you can just get your coffee and cakes here. But if you do want something else, get it delivered with a drone. Let's see, this is the box. So there, Velcro strap, opened up. What have we got? Boom, got my milk tea. As I said, a very sturdy box. There you go. Then turn it up, let's see. Got a cold one. I ordered on purpose a cold milk tea and a hot milk tea to see. Yep, this is still very cold. And this is still very hot. Success, guys. I will taste it in a second, but I'm sure drones don't affect the taste, do they? No, delicious. Perfect, right? So a drone in China followed by milk tea, which is so very, very Chinese. We're having our food delivered, of course, by drones. And we've just met this very nice gentleman that's done two things for us. One, he took some drone footage and he's giving us the footage, so thank you very much. I'm sorry, I'll finish eating. Two, rather incredibly, he is also from Sichuan. And you can see
from Sichuan.
He's from Sichuan. So you can see this drone is really quite fun. So what's this called? The Avatar? So is it
Avatar 2.
Avatar 2. So this is
DJI,
which are very popular. And of course you can see, so a lot of these drones are either controlled on your phone or with a control screen. And this is the first time I've seen, so you've basically got goggles on. And can you see me?
Yes.
You can see me. Well, look at this. Hello. So you can see through and pick up tea and things like that. But also you can see your drone, right?
Yes.
That's really incredible, right? It's amazing. Easy to use. How用吗?
Very.
Very.
Thank you.
You can see so many, okay. Wow. Incredible. Honestly, it's a little bit scary. It's exciting, but quite scary. This is some view, really. To have a park like this in a city with a cityscape like that, the sea, Hong Kong just over the road, well, just over the bridge, people on bikes, people lounging in a park, just enjoying their life, getting some food from a drone delivered, having a coffee. This is the life. Now I'm beginning to understand why young people in China for the last 20, 30 years have all migrated, headed for this city, Shenzhen. You remember, guys, 30, 40, 50 years ago, this was a small fishing village with a small population. It is now a huge metropolis, and it is the center, and it is right at the head of what we call in Chinese Gao Keji. It's a high technology, Chinese technology, and we all know what that is. It really is the future. Guangdong, the province, is really packed with major cities. Of course, Guangzhou being the other main city, but there are many big cities here in Guangdong. But the other big city you may have heard of is Hong Kong, my friends. We're very near Hong Kong. You see, there's a bridge over there, which I believe is the Gang Aozhu. I forget what order, but basically Zhuhai, I think, Macau, and Hong Kong. Hopefully, I'm giving the right information. If I'm not, I'll put it in the description below. But that bridge, beyond that bridge over there, sorry, it's a bit of a foggy, misty day, but beyond that bridge is Hong Kong. So Shenzhen and Hong Kong are very, very close. In fact, in the early days when I was first in China and had to do what they call visa runs often, basically getting your new visa, you would get it in Hong Kong. You had the ability, still today you can get visas in Hong Kong. And so if you had a bit of money, you would fly direct to Hong Kong. But if you were trying to save a little bit of money, you could fly or get a train to Shenzhen and then literally walk over the border, or get a bus or a train over the border. And that was always a lot cheaper than flying direct. I haven't been in Shenzhen for a long time, so it's good to be back. This place is, of course, has, you know, really transformed itself since sort of the 70s, the 80s, from what was a very small fishing village to a metropolis and to a tech center of China. I found myself at Futian Koan. Now, what is Futian Koan? Well, for me today, exploring Shenzhen, it's a metro station, a subway station, the tube for British friends. But it's also the tube, the metro, the subway. As you can see there, Chujing departure, Chujing as in going abroad or going through customs. So from here, and this is why it's a very busy terminal, you can actually go over to Hong Kong. So years ago, actually I think this metro has been around for a while. I often used to take the bus across, but this, I suppose, and I'm not doing it right now, maybe for another video I might, but today I'm not. This is how to get to Hong Kong, probably one of the easiest way to get to Hong Kong. Obviously boat, a bus across is also available, and if you wanted to fly, you could fly. Although I wonder if there are flights from Shenzhen to Hong Kong. If anyone knows that, please put in the comments below. I don't think there would be. That seems crazy. But you certainly can get the metro. But of course, it's not your normal metro because Hong Kong, part of China, but two systems. So it is, and you need to go through customs, all the rest of it. But yeah, that is Hong Kong just over there. And as we saw earlier today, when I was wandering around the park, you can literally see Hong Kong on a good day without the mist, without the fog. If you wanted to, you can take the metro straight across. For British people, unless the situation has changed, I think you get 60 days or 2-3 months. I realise 60 days is 2 months, but perhaps 3 months for British people. For Chinese people, or for, I should say, for mainland Chinese people, if they want to go to Hong Kong, they need to apply for a permit. You normally do that where you're registered, where your hukou is. You have that permit, and you can go over there for days, weeks, however long your permit allows for. But for British person, a bit longer. I'm not sure for other countries. But yeah, interesting that somehow today, on my hunt around Shenzhen, I've ended up here at Futian Koan. And I also think the metro is here. Hopefully it is. Because I want to go to the hotel and get some rest for tonight before I continue exploring tomorrow. So let's go and find the metro. It's past 7 o'clock now, and there are still so many people. We're not even on the platform. This is the queue and now the escalator to get on the platform. I just did a little video in Chinese where I said 全世界人最多的地铁, like the busiest metro in the world. And the guy next to me tapped me on the shoulder and said, Beijing is number one. If Beijing is number one, and Beijing must have so many people because it's also crazy. Shenzhen Metro subway tube is really incredible. It's the first metro I've ever seen to have business class. That's right, business class on an underground train. Incredible. I imagine these tickets are a little bit more expensive, sort of for a higher class of people. I'm going over here. That's where I'll be getting my metro. Over there, just business class. What? Train's here? Oh, it does look nice. Business class does look nice. Bye-bye, business class. 而且，如果你热爱科技，华强北电子市场绝对不容错过哈！我跟你说，全球最先进的电子产品应有尽有。走，进去。Really, this is the same as Dyson, 1-to-1 ratio, exactly the same as that. 这个卖多少钱？180 for this. Basically, everything but the name Dyson hairdryer. I mean, it's absolutely nuts, some of these prices. I just can't get over it. How much does a Dyson hairdryer cost? Anyone know? This apparently is for your car. So if you want to start your car, the electronic cables, the air, everything. This is an all-in-one flashlight. Probably guesses this for emergency situations for your car. 这个卖多少钱？这个呢？It's 500 RMB for basically your emergency kit in your car, starter cables, air, flashlight, everything. It's nuts. Incredible. Amazing. Seriously. It's absolutely incredible here. I should start a business. I don't know what I'm doing with YouTube channels. What does everyone think? I start a business in electronics. Good idea, bad idea? Put it in the comments below. It's incredible here. So this is about 200. This watch looks eerily similar to something from maybe an Apple product. So it's about 200. And I think Apple watches cost about 3,000 RMB. This is 200 RMB. It's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. Look at this one. Huh. This seems ridiculous though. 89 kwai for a smartwatch. So basically, even when I first arrived in China some many years ago, if you wanted the high end or the most recent electronic products, you would still head to Hong Kong. But now that's not really the case. Shenzhen, of course, very close to Hong Kong, in fact, now probably has the mantle of sort of electronic center of China. And so they literally have everything here. There's a place in Shenzhen called the Huaqiang Bay, so Huaqiang Road and Huaqiang North Road is the electronics market, and that's where we are today. It's absolutely huge. I mean, look, most cities in China have electronics markets, but this is probably the most famous outside of Hong Kong for China. And yeah, really quite incredible. I'm going to take a look, but I've literally just come through the door, seen an 89 kwai electronic smartwatch. It's just blown my mind. It's crazy, that price. I mean, I don't know how long it would last for, but amazing. So just over there, the guy didn't want me to film. So I think some of these products, I think they're very close to sort of branded products. So probably not fakes. I wouldn't call them fakes, but maybe runoffs, or when they've got a design for a certain product and that, say, that branded product has finished in the sort of factory line, they might add on some extra products and maybe stick their own brand on there. So I'm guessing that's what it is. That's why that guy was a little bit nervous of me filming. But I understand, I'm not going to film. I'm going to film myself. I explained to him, saying I'm doing a selfie style, and he was fine with that. But it is very interesting being here. It's very similar to the computer city in Chengdu in that it's a huge building with lots of sort of computer electronic stuff, but it's slightly different. You get the impression that there's more modern stuff, more cutting edge technology here, and cheaper prices as well. That I think, you know, because its proximity to Hong Kong and probably taking over the Hong Kong mantle as the technology center of China, that, you know, it really is at the cutting edge of technology with cheaper prices. Some of those smartwatches, just incredible. Having basically a replica of Dyson, again, maybe a standard factory line, maybe it's the same factory assembly line as Dyson, just made a few extras without the Dyson logo. Who knows? Please don't sue me, Dyson. It wasn't me. Please don't sue them. I don't want to get anyone in trouble. It's just interesting. I wanted to show you guys what it's like here at the electronics market. It's getting dark. Might be time for some food in Shenzhen. Guangdong, so you're thinking sort of Yue Cai, sort of what's that, Cantonese cooking, but also a very big international city, so there should be lots of choices for food. So we've made it to Shuiwei, yes sir. So it's the local night market here in Shenzhen. So far it's electronics. Electronics are plenty here in Shenzhen, but it's very narrow, very busy. And we're beginning to see some fruit. So there must be some food soon. Not only your fruit and vegetables, but you also pick up a pet while you're here as well. I don't know how much they cost. There are cats. You can buy some cats if you want. Fun for the whole family. Get some food, get a cat, get a dog as well. Here we go. Here's the food is starting now. Here we go. This is it. So we've been on the metro to get here. It was about a couple of 100 yards away from the metro stop. Metro here in Shenzhen is something really quite incredible. So busy. And the rush hour was late. Hello. Yeah. Hello. Lei ho. Lei ho, I think is Cantonese for hello. What I found interesting was, I don't know if something was special about today, but what happened was it was really busy at rush hour, but it was like 7:30. There's the food. You can see, guys, can you smell that food? It smells good, right? So I've got a feeling that maybe here in Shenzhen people are working late. If the rush hour is still going on at 7:30, there were so many people on the metro. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, like she came very quickly like this.
As you guys, I mean, look, regular followers of the channel, regular listeners, regular viewers of the channel should know, I spend most of my time in Sichuan, in Chengdu, and people always say that is the temple of food here in China. But honestly, China's so big, and the food is so good here. Every area, every town, every city, every province has its own incredible food. Obviously, Guangdong, otherwise known as Old Canton, Cantonese food, is known throughout the world. But because Shenzhen is such a mix of people from all over the country, as I've said before in this video, so many people flooded to Shenzhen from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and even to now. People, wherever they come from in China, often will flock to Shenzhen for jobs and work and investment opportunities. What does that mean? Well, they've brought with them their Sichuan food, their Jiangxi food, their Dongbei food, their Xibei food from all different areas. So in this night market, we've got food literally from all around China, and it looks absolutely delicious. The problem is with me, I get a bit too excited normally. I find the first thing I like, I eat, and then find, oh, I wish I'd waited for that. You know, I am pretty fat, let's be honest. I'm going to work on that in the coming months, but I can only eat so much, so I've got to be careful. I'm going to have a look around first, see what I really want, and then the feast begins. That's funny, actually. Behind me there, you can see there's the Leshan Boboji, and I just asked the guy using my other camera, I wanted to film it for Douyin, for Chinese TikTok. I asked him, are you from Leshan? Leshan is a city in Sichuan, famous for its wonderful foods. I was going to have a bit of a chat with him and say, you know, I can speak Sichuan dialect and so on. And I said, are you from Leshan? Really excited. He just, like, don't film me. I don't think it's from Leshan. Hello. Hi. 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 I know this is Leshan. Oh, well, I won't put that in a video, but I'll put this in a video. It's fun. Hey, it doesn't have to be from Leshan. I can sell Thai food. I can sell pizza. I'm not Italian, am I? 38 RMB for 6 oysters. What's that? So just a tiny bit more than 6 RMB per oyster. To be honest, it's not very expensive, but look, I'm quite adventurous. But do I eat oysters at the night market? I'm not sure about that. I'm careful about oysters wherever I eat them, but on the night market, literally on a stall outside, I don't know. It's probably fine. I'm just a bit nervous. Remember, guys, we're in Shenzhen, so on the coast. So your crabs, your prawns, your all types of seafood, your octopus, lots and lots of wonderful stuff from the sea. This night market continues to go on. It's quite narrow, this street, which is good for a night market. You're compact, you get to see everything. But yeah, there's lots and lots of stuff. So you've got shops on either side, and then the stalls here selling all their bits and bobs. What's interesting, and you always get this in China, is apart from the food, you've also can get your nails done here, your eyelashes, you get anything done. So the food, the drink, of course, you've got coconuts here. Again, we're in southern China. 你好，你好。哦，你哥哥好可爱。你好帅啊！谢谢你，好乖，拜拜，拜拜。Hey, that's got my confidence right up. That lady just said I was 好帅, which means handsome. She had a lovely little dog with her. A bit old for me. She probably thought the same about me. A bit old for her. She probably wants a younger model. Still, it's very nice to get a compliment like that. This, since 1933, 点都德, I think is a chain restaurant, so Cantonese food, a chain from Old Canton. Live in Guangzhou, live for dim sum, so I guess old style dim sum. Brilliant. So, 点都德, we've got an hour to have some dinner. Why not? It's empty. I think we're the only people in all of China that comes to a dim sum, traditionally breakfast, lunch, maybe afternoon, comes at 8 o'clock in the evening. 2位，谢谢。怎么没人啊？是不是普通人不会这么晚吃这个？So it's better in this world than eating these salty soya sauce infused noodles. You may think it's quite common, especially outside of China. In, for example, Britain. I'm sure other countries have them as well. But actually, the kind of noodles that I grew up with in Britain, Chinese noodles like this, only really exist here in southern China. So your sort of Guangdong, your Fujian and so on. In Sichuan, these sort of fried noodles are very, very rare. Some of these salty soy sauce noodles. Absolutely delicious. You've got the bean sprouts in there, the carrots, the spring onion. So it's salty and delicious. And then what do you pair it with? It's like being in a Chinese restaurant back home in Britain. You pair it with a bit of Qingdao beer. Absolutely lovely. Guys, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to drink beer on YouTube. Probably get delisted, but it's so good. It is a big debate amongst my sort of friends here in China. What is the best mass-produced beer in China? Obviously, you've got loads of those craft beers. China's exploded with wonderful beers over the last few years. But mass-produced beer, to me, it's the old favourite. It's got to be Qingdao. It's got to be Qingdao. Not necessarily this Qingdao, but just Qingdao as a brand. The mass-produced Qingdao for me is the best mass-produced beer. Obviously, there are other great beers. Harbin's right up there. They've got some lovely beer down in Guangxi. I think it's called 16. I forget the name. Some great beer down in Guangxi as well. But Qingdao, some fried salty noodles, absolutely delicious. I'm loving it. I'm loving the southern Chinese food, Cantonese food. Brilliant. And of course here in Guangdong you've got the dim sum culture as well. It's absolutely brilliant. One of my favorite dim sum dishes are these walnut pastries, he hao bao. So it's bread like a baozi in a way actually, but inside they've got the wonderful sweet walnuts, basically the sweet walnut sauce. Absolutely delicious. So it's the sweetness of the sauce and the walnuts, and of course wrapped in absolutely wonderful baozi, basically sort of bread type. That's so good. Absolutely delicious. Oh, I love this. Hard. 从一个渔村到现代大都市，深圳的蜕变让人惊叹。这里充满活力、创新和无限可能。